In order to characterize the action and words of Rick Singer throughout this documentary, we are going to compare his actions to the philosophy of John Stuart Mill. Now, John Stuart Mill emphasizes the outcome of a situation as well as maximizing the most good for the most amount of people in the situation. He also believes that you can judge or measure the choices made in this situation based on the amount of happiness and or pain inflicted on the people involved. Lastly, he believes everyone is equally important. So, based off of these three main points of John Stuart Mill's philosophy, I believe Mill would characterize Rick Singer as a selfish and brazen individual. Firstly, this is due to his emphasis on the outcome of a situation and the amount of pain inflicted on the people involved in this situation. So Rick Singer was eventually found and caught by the FBI, and when they approached him, he eagerly decided to cooperate with the federal government to charge and indict all of his clients. I think there ended up being 50 people formally charged. He did this without regard to their well-being, only in sight of his own personal gain and how to get out of this situation. Now, based off of this and the three main points of his philosophy, it is obvious that John Stuart Mill would characterize Rick Singer as an immoral, selfish individual. Now, there are multiple issues with this situation. Morally, colleges and their coaches should never allow money to be an incentive to accept one student over another. Accepting a student into a prestigious school should be purely merit-based. It should have nothing to do with the money, should have no incentive financially. Now, factually, families with a greater amount of money that are wealthy should not be presented with any further advantage to get into these prestigious schools, given that the fact that they are of a higher socioeconomic status already gives them a better education and a better chance of getting into these prestigious schools as it is. Now, based on this, higher education could potentially just do away with the standardized testing as a whole. This would effectively ensure that no false testing scores are reported, as well as changing the criteria on how these testings are judged. Now, another potential option is for colleges to implement a check and balance system to ensure that no one person has the final say or too much power in the admissions process. This was a common theme throughout this documentary. Rick Singer befriended people in positions of power to further utilize and promote his own personal gain in his Ponzi scheme. Now, based off of this, I would say that both colleges and students have a obligation to address this issue. Colleges need to reform their admissions process to ensure this never happens again, while students and student leaders advocate and continue to actively advocate and pressure these colleges to actually implement this reform. Thank you.